Hello and welcome back to Lorcan Villain. My name is Baker and today we shall be doing a deck profile and gameplay video. Now the deck you see before you is the first place deck from the Atlanta 1.5k which took place just under a week ago. We reported on it and yeah, this was the first place deck and I said at the time that it looked pretty good and I can understand why it had done well and I was keen to try it out. I've tried it out a little bit on off camera. And yeah, I really like it. Well, again, I have made some changes, which we'll talk about. But overall, I really like this deck. It ran really smoothly. But yeah, this is the deck untouched as the actual first place deck. And this is going to be the deck that we play with today. So you can see I've actually gone up one uninkable, which isn't the best thing. But I'll talk you through the changes. So what we've done is we've gone -1 Ursula, who is really strong in this deck along with Hades, but even though I've gone, because I wanted to add 2 uninkables, so I needed to lose at least one uninkable in its place. And we went with Ursula. Ursula is one of these where sometimes you're going to be really mad that it wasn't Elsa. And then, if you choose to run Elsa instead, sometimes you're going to be really mad that it wasn't Ursula. I think overall, Ursa is probably the way to go. Again, this is a deck that can fall behind in the lore raise. Not so much as Ruby Amethyst, but this deck can a little bit. And because it doesn't have access to things like Aladdin from Ruby, Ursula is can be quite important. And again, she's just such a good card in general for so many reasons. So we still want to go with Ursa and we want a nice big count of them. We are running the full Broom Mickey package. In my playtesting, I've still not been I've not been that impressed by these Mickeys. But the Brooms, absolutely you play if you're running Amethyst. But yeah, even 4 in this particular deck. Especially because we are sticking to the 60 card count, which I think you could actually go up to 63 cards with this deck and be fine, but potentially better in terms of your percentile. But we have stuck with 60, and I have still stuck with the 4 Mickey. But yeah, talking about changes, we've lost an Ursula, but we have gone up 1 Ursa's Cauldron. The original list is 1 Ursa's Cauldron, 1 Magic Mirror. I just think Cauldron's such a good card, and if you see it early, it's so game changing. And again, because we are running quite a high uninkable count, being able to filter that from as early in the game as possible is just so strong. So I have added a second one of those. Sometimes you want the second mirror, but we are running Queens. Obviously, we don't have a Shield of I always misname this, Shield of Valiance, Shield of Virtue, one or the other. We do have, though we don't have that. Sorry, but we do have Queens. We do have this running Amethist. That's the card draw thing, and I think 1 most of the time is fine, but I think 2 Cauldron is really good. And we've put in a Pocket Watch. It's not vital for this deck. Like if you're running Ruby Amethyst, then I've emphasized before how important I think Pocket Watch to be. And even just if you want to get big Broom loops off, then Pocket Watch can be important as well. So I've put it in there, and those are extra things that make it good. But sometimes I've just found, when I was playtesting without it, I was sometimes you just want it because, you want to make a push with Robin Hood that you've put down that turn, or Jafar if you've got a nice high card count, or even Mickey and Hades and things like that. So I like having the option of having it in the deck, but one is fine. And again, my rule is always, every deck you build, assume every card you will have to ink 1. So sometimes we have to ink the Pocket Watch, but it's not always the end of the world. But it's great to have access to, I think, so I have put it in. And we have put in a 1 jump ahead. The original deck was only running Mickeys as the ramp, and I totally respect that, and I get it. But after a few games playtesting, if you don't hit Mickey turn 3, it can feel slow. It's not as slow as Ruby Amethyst, necessarily. And again, if you get the Cauldrons down or even get a quest off of Yzma to influence your draw a little bit, it can be a little bit more weighted in your favour. But again, it just feels bad to not have Mickey by turn 3 or 4. So I think 1 jump ahead, in testing, it's been nice to see the 1 jump ahead occasionally. And again, if we see both that and the Mickey, that's not always preferable because there's a lot of uninkables. But you can hear Ziggy the Parrot going off. But still, I think just having an extra card in the deck that can ramp us in the first 3 turns it comes in useful. And just an extra note, because I forgot to mention it during the actual recording of this, we took out the 2 Sapphire Scar, the 6 cost inkable 5/5 or 5/4, which lowers any character by 5 strength when he's put on the field. He has niche moments where he can be useful. I still tried it in testing despite not being a fan. I just never found it was really doing much for me, and yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that Scar in Chapter 1 format, unfortunately. But yeah, just talking through the rest of the deck, 4 Archimedes is mostly as a response to ramp. Obviously, Brums are important. We're going with the full Mickey package, so 4/4. 4 Yzma, it's just another thing that can respond to aggro, put early pressure, but it's also really, you know, your preference is always turn 2, you put down Yzma, and then turn 3, you quest with Yzma. Look at the top card of your deck. Okay, which one am I happy for Mickey to get a clue and just put straight in the inkwell? So that's a nice little combo. 4 Maleficent because we're card draw. Just 2 Rafiki, you know, like in Ruby Amethyst, I like 3, but I think in this deck, probably 2 is, you know, like, I think 3 would be greedy. 4 Mickey, again, it's our ramp card. 2 Jafar I actually really like in this deck, and, you know, like, a 2 count is fine, because sometimes it's just easy ink, but, you know, they can come, like, if you do get to the mid-late game, you can accumulate, you know, up to a 4, 5, 6, 7 card hand, and you can get some real value off of Jafar, and again, especially if you've got Pocket Watch, it can be very strong. So I do like Jafar in this list. We talked about Mickey. 4 Queen, just here for drawing. 4 of the Maleficent, the Uninvited, again, one of the cards that I think a lot of people undervalued or underestimated very early on in card release, but yeah, she has come through in a lot of tournaments and a lot of top lists with that big bulky 6 willpower. And again, like I'm not going to say yeah I called this card would be really good, but again I called from the beginning there was an emphasis on, you know, hitting 5 is really important, and I think a lot of decks will build to hit 5 because it's just like so much of the meta is 5 or lower. Obviously there's some stuff that's 6, but you know, a lot of you get my point. You know, Maleficent having that extra 1 sometimes for some decks is just that little bit too far to reach. So yeah, she puts in a lot of value. Robin Hood is here for obviously card draw. It's, you know, 6 I think is a high cost for Robin Hood, but if you do get the card draw off it, then that's really good. 2 Lore Pips, evasive during your turn, so we do have something to combat opposing evasive, as well as just obviously we've got Hades here for just instant removal, but it's nice to have something else. So 4 Robin Hood, again only 3 Ursula. You know, 4 I don't blame anyone running 4 in this particular deck, and I think she's so strong in this particular archetype. Samantha is what we're calling this. The Amethyst Sapphire is Samantha. But yeah, 3 Ursula, she's so good. She puts in so much work. And again, we have a full Mickey package, so if we get to the point where we've used at least 1 Ursula, then hopefully by then we can recycle 1. 4 Hades is pretty straightforward. I've talked about the 1 jump ahead. Friends on the other side is pretty straightforward. 4 Let It Go, you need that extra removal on top of just Hades. And we talked about the items. So yeah, those are my adjustments to the list. So we're going to jump into a couple of games. I've decided for all future deck profiles, whether it's fun deck meta or looking at serious decks or whatever it might be, I'm always going to show you one just genuine full game. So if the next game I play right now is, as long as it concludes, I will always show that game. If like it doesn't, then I probably won't show it, but I'll always show you one just genuine game, and then I'll show you at least one game where the deck actually does what it's meant to do, so we can hopefully demonstrate a little bit of everything. So let's get into some games. Okay, so we're in Bronze 5. This is my 3rd account. I have my main account, which the only reason I don't use my main account for testing other decks is because I'm trying to see how far on the ladder I can get using just Ruby Amethyst control. So that's my main account. I've got my fun deck meta account, which we're still in wood, and then this is my I got to bronze. Hold on, let's not make mistakes. We don't need the broom. I'm happy to keep both of these friends on the other side. Actually, this isn't a bad hand, actually. Yeah, and having the 1 drop is nice. I mean, this is certain ink. I could just ink the queen. I'm going second, so I will get 1 more card. I might just ink 1 broom, because I don't really want to ink anything else here. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that hand. I'm fairly happy with it. I've completely lost my trail of thought of what I was saying before. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this is my account. We won ourselves to bronze out of wood, and then I think the last time we used this account was when we were looking at Steel Amber songs. So I did the thing where I missed what they were inking because I was chatting, but I was also eyeing up. Oh yeah, I need to tell the people. Look at your boy's fancy Scar Lorcana pin. Boy did 3 weeks of league. I went 7-2. So yeah, very happy with that. They did nothing but ink, and I really wish I'd have seen what they inked. But that being the case, we do draw the mirror, which is fine. Considering we only have 1 uninkable in our hand. We're just going to ink Archimedes here and call it a turn. That's fine with me. But pay attention, Baker. Look at what they ink. We must reveal colours. Mufasa. That big bulky 6 and 3 Lore Pips. There we go. Okay, and silver. So down comes Captain Hook and a second Captain Hook. Oh, please don't be playing a whole new world. That I would find that to be upsetting. We might actually need to put the broom down this turn just to have a response here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. A second Mickey is not really what I wanted to see. I think I might just get rid of Well, we're going Mickey, and then we're playing Friends, and probably playing another Mickey. No, I think we can get rid of this Maleficent. I think that's probably fine. But yeah, we want to put down this Broom because we don't want them to just sit here for too long and just quest away for whatever reasons. Do I have to give you it back to you? Because I clicked yes, just instinctively. Apparently I do. There you go, buddy. Your brain is not developed enough for your boy's liking. You get you some more development, my friend. Man inks it. Man's like, I'm good. I'm good, mate. Yo, Hercules stepping on in, and it's got bodyguard, so I now can't deal with these hooks, which feels bad. Robin Hood running through the forest. I do believe you need to go. Yes, you shall go. You shall be gone. Right, it says Mickey up. We do want to start hopefully seeing like a Hades or. Yeah, I think we'll just hold this here. Makes them. Ultimately, I could just quit because if you go in with Hercules, then I can finish you with the Mickey. That's not the worst idea. And if you go in here, then yeah, I'm not sure if I mind that. Oh, we are just gonna pass though. It's probably the better play. But yeah, I do want to start seeing a Hades or an Ursula or something along those lines soon because we're pretty close to how ramped we want to be. Okay, they burn a fire the cannons. That's okay. We can deal with this. They are going to go up on lore, so hopefully our Ursula isn't too buried away in the deck because I got a feeling she's going to be needed. We draw Let It Go. So I'm doing this pretty much every single day of the week. Pretty much every single. No, to be fair, that was no. I wouldn't have gone in there. I'm a fool if I took. What do I value more here? I don't really need a ramp turn. I'm not building to anything necessarily. Do I want to put down the Queen? Is that a thing I desire? Putting down the Queen. Alternatively, cheaper, I could put down Jafar. I'm not utilising my full 5 ink for the turn this turn, though, am I? I think we will just... Or should we just get rid of Let It Go? I think we'll get rid of Let It Go. And it's probably Queenie. Yeah, let's go with Queenie. Let's just do it. Let's just commit. They've still only got 4 lore on the board. Them going to 7 doesn't scare me too much. And if we need to, we can, we might consider no. Well, I'm gonna be unless they. To be fair, they'll probably fill a TTs into Mickey here. If they do leave Mickey alive, then he should be singing Friends on the other side. They're gonna throw in another Hercules. They're gonna quest away with everything. They're gonna go in with their hook. Okay, that's sad, but it's fine. We can deal with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the board. So that's 12 next turn. I need to slow them down now. Like at this point, it just kind of needs to happen. 4, 5, 6. So yeah. So let's go. You only have 3 left. Is this right? Yeah, I think so because I still can go to 5 next turn, and yeah, I think we just have to start slowing them down now here, right? Because unfortunately you do then just come in with filler TTs, but I think I have to because then at least I can then take out Hercules, and then hopefully these two shouldn't be too far behind, and hopefully I can start drawing some cards and we can get ourselves into a better situation and hopefully get an Ursula or 2 and start denying them. Sorry, I did not pass. Apologies, friend. Apologies. I'm gonna throw down another filler TTs. This Steel Sapphire Aggro. So they're gonna go up to 12 or 11. Yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Hook goes in instead. That's mad value. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm hoping it's okay anyway. We draw Maleficent. I've got to challenge this turn. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Let's do it now before we start playing cards. Yeah, we have to start getting more of a board presence out. And we could go Mickey here as well. Doesn't sound like the end of the world. And then I'm less inclined to ink anything, although I could. I think we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there, see what they've got. They are topping, so hopefully we don't see anything too crazy hit the field. But yeah, it does just seem like a very low-cost blue steel aggro. They've not inked consistently either. Or they've just drawn all their early game stuff and nothing else. Yeah, so that's fair. But that also takes out the Jafar. A quest with all the filler TTs. Yep, you are supported, but it's not gonna mean anything, my friend. So I can clear 2 of them this turn, which I need to do. Like it's just always happening because I just need you to not have a board. That's just how it be, my friend. And do we put down? I think I need because I want to be able to go in here. We could just go 5, 6, 7. And yeah, I don't really need to ink. Okay, so they're obviously well ahead of us in the lore race, but we've got control of the board. They're topping. They're not going to quest. That's fair. I respect it. I think we just pay for this way. There's the cauldron. So we'll pop that down now. We'll take a look. I think I don't mind just inking Mickey, to be honest. Getting a bit more ink going. I need to draw more cards though. Like I need to build to removal and stuff like that. So let's do this, and while we're putting more bodies on the field as well. And I think we will ink there. And we'll take another look. Archimedes. No, we're not going to keep you at the top because I would really like to see a Hades or an Ursula, preferably a Hades. Because they're probably just going to sit there until they've got enough to quest a game. That would be the. Oh, they're not. They are just going to go for it. Okay. Fair enough. They're going to smash the queen. Okay. Alrighty. We get let it go. I don't really want to give you a 2-for-1 here. What are we looking at next? Ursula, I definitely want to see you. I definitely want to see you, my dear. I think I'd like to save the queen, to be honest. So I think we'll do that, and we'll just get rid of that way. We'll take you out. We've got 8 left to play with. I think I'd rather get this on board. So it's Ursula next, so we know we're keeping her. Nice. Okay, we found ourselves in an okay position. I'm not gonna. Again, they could sit there and just wait until they've got 4 lore pips, and if we don't get enough Ursula and Hades and stuff like that, playing Symbol with no other cards in your hand, my friend. Do you have to do the draw when you play? You may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. Is that ever a good thing for this deck? Got rid of the 1 jump ahead, I think, but that's all they're gonna have. And now they're gonna take their time. Oh. They blessed us by ending their turn. We'll take the Mickey. We're going to throw down Ursula. This is where we might cause them to anger surrender here. We will continue with the card draw because we still need to find more removal. You're always questing. Yep, you're always questing. And no, we're not going to keep the Jafar because, again, we would like to build towards some more removal cards. We are going to ink away so that we can draw more cards. To be fair, I don't think we need to go much higher than that in terms of ink. We can probably just start saving cards now. But yeah, they are the Mercy at the top deck. They do top Bell. And there was me thinking, oh, why do I feel like you're not that bothered about doing a lot of questing? We do top Let It Go, which is fantabulous. We are just going to pay for it. I am just going to pay for it the old way. We're going to take a look at the top card, which is one of these. We're going to draw it with this. we'll just draw again here. That's fine. We get the pocket watch. Very nice, very lovely. We're going to quests. No, we don't want you at the top. And we're going to leave it there. And that's 3, 6, 7. That is game on board. I'm not sure what this deck could be running, which would counter it. It is certainly not the Princess Jasmine. It is certainly not the Princess Jasmine. I am afraid to say, my friend. We weren't even going to BM. There we go. Victory, nice and strong. I'm not sure what they were playing. But yeah, deck ran fairly smoothly. So let's jump straight into another game with Samantha. I was going to call it Amethist, but because we've got Steel as well, that could be confused. So Samantha. That's what I have donned this deck. Don't hate this hand. I'm going to throw this away because I would like to see it later. We're definitely going to throw at least one Hades back. I'm tempted to keep another, but maybe that's just like from the last game where I was like, oh, worried that I wasn't going to see Hades. And to be fair, I didn't see Hades. That's fair ink. We can do this turn 2 and 3 combo. I might just keep it, actually. I mean, I'll feel really bad if I draw many Inkables here, but okay. So we do get the mirror. We are going first, though. We have Mickey and Broom. But I want to be able to get value from this, so I think I'm just inking. Do I want to ink the Mickey or the Broom? I might need more responses to aggro if that's what we see. So we are just going to ink the Mickey. Might have been the Broom if we had knowledge of what they were playing, but we'll see what happens. Because again, if we do draw more Inkables, then we need to. Okay, so we see Mad Hatter. I didn't do the thing. Are you proud of me? Okay, so we are seeing aggro. We do draw another Broom. Because, yeah, again, we want to be building to at least this Mickey, and then, like, we want to be building to this stuff. So if we're probably inking the Queen here, although we have just drawn a second Broom. So I think we're just going to throw that, and we pop Yzma down. Okay, so at least next turn we have Quest Yzma, Mickey get a clue. Seeing a Simba would feel bad, a bodyguard Simba. If they don't get the Simba, they are unlikely to quest. Depending on the hand, they may just feel like they need to just go for it and get law. Again, to be fair, with green, they may just think, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to push. And that, to be fair, that does stop me actually getting to quest and get a more informed clue. So yeah, we kind of do just need to challenge here, unfortunately. I think we ink another Broom and we throw down Mickey Mouse. Yes. Because at least next turn now we can friends on the other side for Mickey. So next turn we're seeing another 3 cards. So we'll have a 6-card hand total before we challenge into Flynn Rider and discard something. Because I don't really want to discard my only mirror. Especially since I've just inked 2 Brooms. Wouldn't be the end of the world too. Again, I have the 2 others. I can't ink a mirror. I had a moment of absolute madness there. Oh no, sorry, discard the mirror by going into Flynn. Yeah. I knew I wasn't completely mad. I am. They're going to extend. Flynn was already down. Yeah, so Stitch and Lilo are going to hit the field. We draw another Mickey, which, okay, well, that's easy. That's now immediately our discard fodder. 100%. 100% at the time. We will sing Friends on the Other Side. I got friends on the other side. Ha okay, so we're seeing some Inkables. We are building to a higher ink where I'm not too worried about inking this. Yeah, we're discarding Mickey through. That's just always happening. So let's just get that done. And yeah, I think we just ink here and throw down the Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen. Alternatively, we could throw down Mirror and Pocket Watch, but I think I prefer this. This helps us see more cards sooner, and cheaper. I mean, we would still see, and either way, if we went with the mirror play, we would see a card next turn, but that's going to cost us 4 ink that we may otherwise want to use elsewhere. Whereas, obviously, just by exerting with the Queen, and we get it for free. But also because there are characters down that I want to be able to remove. Thankfully, Mickey will be able to deal with Lilo, so if they do quest here, that's really good for me. And they have just thrown Rapunzel down for minimal value. So we are just going to challenge here. Because I can ink here, and I can throw down Mirror, because again, we might be seeing a Rockstar Stitch. So I think I'm just going to go in here. We do open up a second Rapunzel. They challenge here, and then they get a big 3-card draw, which would feel bad for us. But then that is using most of their ink for the turn, and then it comes back into our turn, and we have Queen, we have Mirror. We should be able to start building some card advantage now. We're holding the Hades. And if they don't have that response, then we're really going to start to push ahead. They just in time Kuzco onto the field. So yes, I'm going to need this Queen to go in there. Thankfully, I survived this, so I am going to. This is going to happen. You also need to be able to go into Kuzco. Yeah, with the Mickey. Sorry, I should have said that sooner. And then we got the 6 to play with. I think we draw the card first either way. We'll hold... The more removal, the better. Obviously, we can't use these on Kuzco, but I'm expecting Mad Hatters and things like that. And we're going to want to be able to chain removal to stop them just winning the game too quickly. And we do want to go up in ink, so we're just going to go Archimedes. And I think I am just going to throw this down. Again, we have draw through Magic Mirror next turn, plus we're seeing 2 new cards next turn, so hopefully that finds us something else to ink. But again, we're kind of sitting pretty at 7. There's no massive need to build hugely high. Again, it's nice sometimes too, so that you can like play something and get a mirror draw off. But you're not in a rush. Like once you're at 7, you're pretty set. So they draw a card. They're going to throw down a Tinkerbell. So that's those evasives are other things that we're going to want removal for. Although we do have the Robin Hood, and now that Pocket Watch is on the field, that will be a whole thing. I do just need to go in here. It's a shame I don't have I did think last time I had the Archimedes who could have done 2, but it doesn't feel like you want to finish off Kuzco with something less relevant. But unfortunately, we just sort of have to do this to get this off the field, take the pressure off. But we can immediately throw down Hades and get rid of this Tinkerbell. That sounds good to me. And we're going to quest for our first of the game. And we're not going to wink. I would much rather put this Maleficent down and start getting some lore on the board, as well as I want to see some more cards. Thankfully, we've got 2 removal cards in our hand. But if we see a Kuzco, thankfully, to be fair, if we do see a Kuzco, we can go Hades and then finish with Mickey and have Mickey be the thing that's banished. With the current board state as it is, they go to Maximus. They throw down a Maximus, and that is their final card. I am tempted to just Hades here, to be honest. I still have the Let It Go. We'll hopefully build to more Hades, and just put the pressure on strong. The alternative is I can draw quite a bit this turn. To be fair, I might just do that. You're only 1 lore pip. That's probably better, to be honest. So we will just go Maleficent. We'll see another card. There's another Hades. Okay, great. That's great. We'll draw here, and yeah, you don't take me. So the worst thing that could happen here as a result of me questing. I kind of want to save this. I think I am just going to save it. We will ink this Archimedes though. I think that's fine. I want to save this because they just take it out for free. They might just choose to do nothing so that I don't, but so that they keep it longer. But I would like this to be a thing that finishes off a Kuzco next to Hades. So we are going to save it just with that preemptively. But yeah, we let them keep the Maximus, but we've got 3 removal cards here. Okay, so we see a cat, so that might be another target for the Mickey, to be honest. Maleficent takes 2, and then Mickey Mouse. Again, that's a thing you need to bear in mind whenever you're playing against Emerald. Like, do you have math you can create with your characters where you can take out the Kuzco or the Cheshire Cat with the least amount of accessories, as it were? Okay. So, yeah. We just go here. That's fine with me. I think I am just... You're getting a bit too... We've got plenty of removal. And, again, I don't want anything too shady suddenly going down. So we are just going to do all of the above. And then, yeah, they are literally topping against us. We've got a hand. We have the ability to draw cards. We've just drawn a queen, so we have another way to do that, which will probably be hitting the board next turn. They top the Maximus. We draw another queen. Yeah, I think I am just going to... Well, to be fair, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. No, I don't want to quest for that one, because then you get an easy removal, but... at the same time, it might just be better. Oh, do we just Hades? Do we just keep yeah, let's just put the pressure on. Like, there is an argument to like playing a bit more conservatively than this, but in this instance, I think it's 6. So we know it's still not game next turn, but we're 2 turns from game. We have another removal card in our hand. I don't think that was the optimal play. I think that was probably quite greedy. But hey, we're in a good position. Let's go with it. Let's do it. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've tried this deck. I will start. It's been pointed out to me I need to start putting the a link in the comments to the deck so that you can download it on Dreamboard and export to Pixelborn and etc., which I am going to start doing. So link down below will be both the original and my version of this deck. So feel free to try it out and let me know what results you are having. Okay, they top and do nothing. So we're just going to quest. All of the questing. We're going to throw down a queen. We'll just ink this Mickey and draw a card, you know, just because, you know, I think it's probably game, but let's still make the optimal turn. And unless blue has a be prepared that puts them all in the inkwell, which I'm expecting, probably not banish all cards, but I think blue's going to get something along the lines of banish 3 characters of your choice, then they all go into the owner's inkwell. I think they have to get something like that. But yeah, we take a big dub with game number 2, and we are going to leave it there. Let's keep it a nice tidy, just I think it's about half an hour video, something like that. So yeah, this is basically episode 2 of, like, you know, I've got multiple series. I've got decks that I've created myself, like meta decks, which are mostly Ruby Amethyst stuff most of the time. We've got the fun deck meta series, which obviously clues in the name, and then this series where it's sort of like the meta watch or something like that, where we're trying out the best performing decks. So what decks would you like, what top meta decks would you like to see me try out next? Obviously we've done Steel Amber Songs, I've done a lot of Ruby Amethyst. What would you like to see next for, like, not just a fun deck, like a competitive top tier stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe for future All Things Lorcana. That was terrible English, but that's how it be. We'll see you very soon.